Are you planning on moving abroad with your family and including your kids? If you are, then this video is for you because I'm talking about the 5 things no one talks about when you're moving abroad with kids. If you're new here, all we do is migration guides, we do expat stories, do behind the scenes of our travel, and this is when we've traveled on our other channel, Explore with jominta. You can check it out. If you're new here and you like what we do, then subscribe to the channel and also like this video and also comment, engage with us. Today I'm going to walk along the beach, so I'm just taking you guys along. We are in 𝗃𝗏 at the minute, and this is a very beautiful resort style, but it's not for the public actually. It's for workers who work on the resorts in an area in 𝗃𝗏. It's a beautiful scenery I have here. So every morning I come and walk along this beach. So the first thing I want to talk about is education, because one thing we need to know is when you're planning to move abroad with kids, education is more than just schools. So you need to really think about this before even packing your bags, how your kids will be educated. So is it homeschooling? Is it private school, international school, local school? You need to really think about this. And also where you're moving to, the language of instruction, is it different from the language you speak? Then it means the kids, they'll adapt, but then it will take some time for them to adapt, which you have to put into consideration. School fees, I mean, how much is it? If you are working in this place, I've been standing here for some time, right? So if you're working in this place, is the company going to help pay the school fees of your child? If you're a digital nomad, then you need to know the cost of the fees, if you'll be able to, I mean, if you can afford. And also, are there waiting lists on this school? Because, I mean, this is something that in the UK is very, very common. Most of the top schools have waiting lists of about 1 year, 2 years and all that. And the admission timelines is like, how is the intake like? You need to find out all this, because some people especially move to the Middle East and then they find that their kid or their child can't go to school for the whole academic year because of the time they came in. Education is one of the important things you have to look out for when you decide to move with kids. So the second thing you have to know, which most people will just talk about it briefly, is healthcare and also child-friendly medical access. So you have to ask yourself, is there quality of healthcare in the country great for children? And also the cost, you know, the cost of pediatric care sometimes can be very, very expensive in certain countries. And the insurance. If you are moving with your kids and you found a job as an expat, then is your insurance going to cover premium, or you would have to foot the bill for the rest of some of the treatments? You need to check this, because when you move abroad with kids, healthcare becomes non-negotiable. So we always talk about the culture shock for adults, but we forget that the kids have culture shocks as well. Emotional adjustment. The thing is, when you are moving the kids out of where they are, remember that they are leaving friends, they are leaving even their best stuffed animal. Because an example is my daughter. She has this panda, and when we want to travel, because we slow travel, she wants us to take it. Then I tell her, oh, you know what, we can't carry it because it's too big and all that. So they have this emotional adjustment. They have to have that adjustment when we are moving to another country with them. And for us, we even travel. It's like we pick our bags, travel 3 months, then come back. So it's an emotional adjustment every time, culture shock every time. So you need to put that into consideration as well. I found this here. So basically this is the hotel. So let me just have a seat here and talk a little bit and then walk again. Ooh. I hope I'll have a good screen here. Yes, so they encounter new food, new culture, so many things new to them. And we have to put that into consideration. So my fourth one is cost of living when moving with kids or when you have kids. You know what? A cheap country can become very, very expensive with children. And what I always say is moving abroad might look affordable on paper, but once you have the kids involved, the numbers change very, very fast. So this includes what? School fees, school uniforms, if they are going to school, if you choose that option. And well, so this will all depend if you're going on as an expat. And I'm giving you examples for you to understand the various options. If, let's say, someone is coming to work in Saudi Arabia, some of the school fees is catered for. With some, all is footed, it's paid. So it depends on the school you choose. The amounts they give to every child and the school fees is different. It all depends on the offer you get. But school fees are most often taken care of, and some accommodation costs are taken care of, and other things as well. So you need to ask yourself, if you are a digital nomad or you're going to work online remotely, is your child going to school? Are you going to pay school fees? I mean, the uniforms they are going to wear. When you come out of the UK, private schools are the options and the international schools are the options. So you should know that these schools or these type of schools, you would buy uniforms and all that. Housing, safe neighborhoods, very important. You have to consider that, because you don't want to move your child from a very comfortable, safe neighborhood to another place for the sake of moving to abroad and live in just any place. Because for us, I mean, we can't just move into any apartment. It has to be nice. It has to be a bit modern for us. That's our choice. So all these things you have to put into consideration when you are moving with a kid. So the last thing I want to talk about is the legal status. So paperwork, visas, and all that. Your child's future will depend on the paperwork, on the visas, the type of visas. So you have to really research into the long-term visas that will help. I am an advocate for more residencies. If it's a place you can get residency, just do it. When you are single or when you're solo, you can pick your bags, border run easily, and come back and all that. But when you have the kids going out, coming in, if you are not a full-time traveler, then it becomes very, very difficult for them, because once they settle in a place or adjust at a certain place, then you're moving them to another place. If you are a full-time traveler like ourselves, for them, they know that, okay, our base is here in Jeddah, but we travel, then we come back. Travel, then come back. And that's different. You need to look into this for them to have the right access to healthcare, which will be cheaper for you. So when I mentioned insurance, there's this one company. I've been looking for so many companies, but the only company that I know will give insurance to people who travel is Safety Wing, and the link is in the description. If you want to look into travel medical insurance. So they are the only ones that I found out that they do the nomad, as in people traveling to different countries, because most insurance companies wouldn't do that, because you are moving from here to there, or if you're not settled at one place. So do check them out. And so if they have access to, if they have the right paperwork, then they'll have access to, the sun is a bit high now, they'll have access to the healthcare in that particular country, which is great for them. And if you intend to live there for a long time, then you have to also know that they will be schooling. So higher education and all that, or which universities would be suitable. If it's not in that country, which ones closer or around. So for us, when we were moving, it was a crucial time for my son, my firstborn. So he was 16, and because of homeschooling, he was ahead of his peers because he had written the GCSEs earlier, around I think when he was 14. So it was different for him, and I had to research into, okay, university will come, because that's how homeschooling we do it. You have to start from the top to the bottom to know the courses they will have to choose and all that. I thought of all those things. Universities, okay, Dubai has universities. Okay, but Asia has universities as well, depending on the course he wants to do. Yeah, this is all I'm talking about. Is, I mean, citizenship possible? And we know that not many countries in Asia have this citizenship pathway. If it's not possible, what is the best permanent residency you can get, or long-term residency you can get, for them to be also stable where they are? So yeah, that is that for this video, to give you real life experiences of our experiences, for you to also put yourself into the shoes to see how things go, because no one talks about it so deeply like this. So with everything I've said, moving with kids or moving abroad with kids is one of the best decisions you can ever make for them, because it will help them in so many ways. I've experienced it with my children as well. I have seen the difference. Learning different cultures and all that helps them a great deal. But you need to look beyond the Instagram dream and focus on real life. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to the channel and just click on like for us. Do us a favor, click on like when you've done watching the video. Comment below. This helps YouTube spread our content to more people like you whom it will benefit. If you enjoy this video, then you're going to enjoy this video here.